Okay, this video is on Sndk, Sndk. It's another one that Chris picked. This video here, I really like this because I had actually been in a play on this, a bullish play. I think Jose got me in on a bullish play on this one right back over here, because what had happened is it had a temporary, he was looking at this, and I'll put this up so we can see. It had hit here. It turned bearish here, as you can see, big time on this 200-day moving average. It had turned bearish big time here, and then it went back up and was rejected again. Now it was a little oversold here, came back up, and I think this is where Jose got me in, because it was basically almost a triple kind of a bottom area, and it was good for a spike and a run. I didn't stay in it that long. I know that we made a little bit of money on the call options. And I got scared right here around the 200-day moving average, because normally the 200-day doesn't break with this kind of strength. Normally it's tested a few times. So I bailed right here around 64, and I think I was in maybe around about 57, 58 to 64. So I made a little bit of money, and I should have let my winners run a little bit longer, but I was afraid that this was going to get rejected very quickly. So I took my profit, and I'm getting a little better at that. What I should have did was take maybe 50% of my position off and let the rest run. But to each his own. I protected the position and just took it all off. Now let's talk about what's happening right now. What's happening right now is this went up, and it went some consolidation for quite a while. Then the market sold off, and this followed quickly. Now what you can see is we have broken down below the moving average again. So this is pretty serious to me, and as you can see, it's already lower than the first point here, which would have put it about 64.5. Now I think that this inevitably, if this continues, and it looks like it's going to continue, because look, you're at 44, I would expect to at least to test the 40 on the RSI, and this looks like it's kind of just starting off a little bit. You know, you can get into a short position on this. I would use a stop around 66.5, but you can look for a target on this of about 52. So, and today, you know, I missed this today already. This was a huge drop in this just alone today. I can see here, and from the looks of the ES tonight, if this keeps up, this will probably even drop more tomorrow. Yeah, I'm ashamed I missed the entry point. I should have had an alert set up as soon as it crossed, you know, 66.5. And I'm actually going to put, since we're doing that, let me just go ahead and put an alert on this right now, so that way when it ever gets to that moving average, I'll put it above for now. If it were to get to this moving average again, at least it would set off some type of alert, so it'll at least get me to look at it again. Because after it went up and above and I took my profit, I quit looking at it, and boy, I should have kept this in mind. But anyways, you could see here that the reward is at 52, and if it breaks lower than 52, then wow, this gets really troublesome quick. Let's see, I'm almost seeing a trend channel develop, so let's see if this makes any sense to me. Let's just try to do it and see. Yeah, why not? I mean, it looks like, let's see here. Yeah, I mean, well, you could define this area here as well. You could tighten it up a little bit here. I want to tighten it up a little bit to right about here. I feel more comfortable. I don't want to get too optimistic on the downside, because the area of the trend channel now where I've got these points, 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, the top here, was rejected off that and then down, and then the breakout to the top of the channel. So I like this area right here. This area is really a magnetic hot spot to me right now, would be this area, okay? And the reason I think so is because, one, you've got an area of somewhat support here, which isn't a huge amount, but it's something. And this is at what we talked about just a minute ago, it's 52. Well, that correlates with the line of the trend channel. So I think this is a huge target area to get back down to around 52. So, I mean, you're talking about almost, you know, $9. So there's some good things. Let's go look at the options and see what they have to say on it. Okay, let's start in February. Wow, look at the 55s. They've got a little bit. but people still are on the call side. I don't know what that's all about. 67.50. Wow, that's one of the worst spreads I've ever seen. If you could sell that, man, you know, you get 15 cents on the sell side, so that's really nothing. But if you could get a couple of dollars on the sell side, you know, $3-4 on the sell side, boy, that would be the way to play these options on it, would be just to sell the premium at $67. Let's go look at that real quick, because $67, yeah, that puts you right back up to the trend line, what would be your out anyway. So that's really a pretty good trade. Let's look at just going naked on the puts. I don't like anything else there. Let's look at March. There's a lot of call side on here, and the spread is just way too much. Let's go out further. Let's go to April. There we go. Some big numbers there at the 60s. You know, I've been doing options for quite a long time, and this play to me right now is a wash. It's no good. I would not play it at all. If you're gonna play the stock, that's okay, but for some reason these options the spread is absolutely horrible. This is the worst spread I've ever seen on this in a long time. When Jose and I got those call options on this, the spread back then was only, I remember, 30 cents, 20, 30 cents, something like that, and I was questionable there, and I ended up buying the calls, did okay, but I still had to cover, even when the stock ran, then I had to cover that spread before I was profitable. But now you're talking about, even on the put side at 60, or even the 62.50s, which are in the money, by the way, you're looking at, you know, wow, look at the spread on that. You would have to, I mean, that's no good. This is the only way you can play this is, it looks like if you sell some premium, that would be the only way to do this. But I would not be buying anything on this at all. So I'm going to end this video. We know what the targets are. If you already have positions, or if you're going to do the stock directly, you know what the targets are. This is still a really good trade, I think, but I'm stepping away from it and will not do anything with it, because the options don't make any sense unless you're a writer and you're going to sell it for premium. Then go ahead and do that. But if not, don't trade any of the options naked, because it's not worth your time, and they'll take your money. Okay, next video.